Imagine this. You volunteered to donate your blood to a blood donation drive near you. You said to yourself, blood can be replenished. It's okay. And there are other people who needed this more. After extracting 1 pint of blood and seeing the actual pint itself, reality struck you. Wow, that's a lot of blood. I mean, not to be dramatic and all, but will that be okay? Do I really have that many? How does my body produces blood that many in the first place? I believe the answer lies in the protein we call erythropoietin. Welcome to Learning Science is Fun. I am Rosan and today we will learn about erythropoietin. But before we proceed, here are the topics to be discussed in this video. What is erythropoietin? Erythropoietin or EPO is composed of the combining form erythro meaning red and the suffix poietin which means substance that forms. The term erythropoietin is used to describe substances that form red blood cells. Now, this answers a question about how our blood is produced. Erythropoietin is a vital hormone that stimulates the bone marrow to create red blood cells in the body. These red blood cells help carry oxygen to other cells and tissues in the body through the bloodstream. The kidneys and liver produce erythropoietin when oxygen levels in the cells are low. The hormone then stimulates the bone marrow, which in turn makes more red blood cells. Glycoproteins are proteins containing glycans attached to amino acid chains. Glycans are oligosaccharide chains which are saccharide polymers that can attach to either lipids or glycolipids or amino acids or glycoproteins. Fun fact, many viruses have glycoproteins that help them enter bodily cells but can also serve to be important therapeutic or preventative targets. For the classification, there are 3 synthetic preparations of erythropoietin available for clinical use, and they are epoietin alpha, epoietin beta, and epoietin omega. The molecular weight of mature EPO is approximately 30.4 kDa or 30.4 kilodaltons with 40% of its mass derived from carbohydrates, which is mentioned when we discussed about glycoproteins. Now, let's proceed to the structure of EPO. Here is a 3D model of EPO and also its ribbon model. As you can see, EPO has 4 major A helices and several attached oligosaccharide groups, which is already mentioned when we discussed erythropoietin as a glycoprotein. The gene location of EPO, as we can see in the diagram, is at chromosome 7 in the Q-arm 21.1. Now, let's proceed to the roles and functions of erythropoietin. EPO helps make red blood cells, and having more red blood cells raises your hemoglobin levels. Hemoglobin is the protein in red blood cells that helps blood carry oxygen throughout the body. Erythropoietin also helps keep the blood balanced by stimulating the marrow to make red blood cells. This is an important role as all cells in the body needs a fresh supply of blood and oxygen to stay healthy. Without fresh RBCs, the organs and tissues in the body may experience hypoxia. Erythropoietin also helps protect these blood cells once the body creates them. As mentioned a while ago, hypoxia refers to a lack of oxygen. It can alter the way the cells behave and may ultimately lead to illnesses or cell death in the area. Hypoxia induction of EPO production provides for the important erythropoietic response to ischemic stress such as during blood loss and at high altitude. Next would be a mechanism involving erythropoietin, which is what we call erythropoiesis. Mature red blood cells or RBCs result from a finely regulated process called erythropoiesis that produces 2 million RBCs every second in a healthy human adult. In this diagram, the stages involved in erythropoiesis are shown. Lastly, here are 2 disorders associated with EPO. A common cause of erythropoietin deficiency is chronic kidney disease because when the kidneys are damaged, their ability to produce erythropoietin is compromised. They may not make enough EPO and anemia may ensue. In mice, if they are homozygous for deletions of the erythropoietin gene, they die early in gestation from severe anemia. Erythrocytosis is a condition wherein you have more red blood cells than normal. The excess red blood cells increase the risk of developing abnormal blood clots that can block the flow of blood through your arteries and veins. Thanks to our bone marrow and erythropoietin, our blood becomes easily replenished. However, there are people out there who need it badly for their health and to survive. To know more about donating blood, you may visit Red Cross website at www.redcross.org.ph. Also, for additional information about erythropoietin, you may visit these links. To learn more about other proteins and their function, check out our website at bsedscience@pup.com because learning science is fun.